Do you struggle with maths but want to help your child with homework? In this series, we're using games and activities from my book, Fractions for Parents, Taking the Fear Out of Homework by Lisa Buckley, available on Amazon, to help you learn about fractions so that you can teach them to your child in a fun way. Remember to like and follow if you want to see more videos like this. This video is part 3 in equivalent fractions, so if you haven't seen the other videos already, go and check them out first. Equivalent fractions are really important when you start working with fractions. You'll use them for adding fractions, subtracting fractions, comparing them. It can also help to change fractions to decimals and percentages. So it's a really valuable skill to learn. A really important concept to understand when we're working with equivalent fractions is the fact that there are different ways of making one whole. I like to say that it's one in disguise. So we could use 2 halves, 3/3, 4/4. The numerator and the denominator are the same, then it means our fraction is equivalent to one whole. Of course, if we multiply anything by 1, we're going to end up with the same answer. The difference between multiplying by 1 in disguise means that we have the same value, but it's chopped into more pieces. You could think about it as maybe being a cake or a pizza. Half of my pineapple is pepperoni, the other half is ham and pineapple. Controversial, but my favourite. If more people turn up and I need to share it, I could chop it into twice as many pieces. I still have the same amount of pepperoni and the same amount of ham and pineapple, but it'd be chopped into a different number of pieces. Each piece will be smaller. If I want to convert a half into quarters, I want to times it by 1 to make sure that I end up with the same size piece. If we look at the denominators, I can say, what did I do to the 2 to get to the 4? I had to multiply it by 2. If we look at the fraction wall, we can see that 2 quarters make 1/2. We had to double the amount of pieces. This means that the 1 in disguise that I'm using is 2 halves. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 gives me 4. This is where the whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top comes from. If I want to change half into sixths, I look at the denominators. What did I do to the 2 to get to the 6? I had to multiply it by 3. There is 3/6 in 1/2. So the 1 in disguise is 3/3. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 1/2 is the same as 3/6. What about 3/5? If I want to change 3/5 into tenths, the 1 I need to multiply by is 2/2, or 2 halves. So 3 times 2 is 6, 5 times 2 is 10, so 3/5 is the same as 6/10.